Morning, Nigel.
Morning.
A final word on Wednesday's game, because you were pleased with the performance against Bolton, and despite the disappointment of defeat, does that make it a little bit easier to recover from?
I hope so, because we have to take the many positives from the game and from the performance, and we're still of the same mind. Having watched the game back, a lot of good things, a lot of good play. It was a good game actually, generally, but I thought we edged it and deserved to win. Very similar to the Salford game, we ended up winning that 2-1, and I think that would have been a fair scoreline again. Blatant penalty in the first half we should have had, might have affected the game, we don't know, but to be 2-0 up and then to be pegged back in the manner that we were is unbelievably disappointing. But when they score the fluke, you can't underestimate the fluke got them back into the game totally. They'd hardly had a shot, we were in control of the game, and that's what changed the game.
Any fresh injury concerns or knocks from that match?
Stephen Quinn took a couple of whacks in the game, was struggling a bit at half time and came off with 10 minutes to go. He's the only one I hope as a concern. Kellen Gordon and Ollie Sarkic still continue their recovery. Ollie's maybe got an outside chance for the bench, but we'll see how he's in training Friday morning.
If Ollie Sarkic is ready for tomorrow, will that give a timely boost to your squad ahead of the match against Cambridge?
Yeah, I think so. I think losing the 3 players in a week that we did was a blow. Laps, Kellen Gordon and Ollie. Laps will still be a few weeks away, but the other 2 aren't far off. But we have to dip into the bench and even play 1 or 2 of the young lads. We'll do that.
It's obviously a visit from Cambridge tomorrow, the league leaders. Is that a test you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant game for us. On the back of the other night, I think we could have a game playing one of their teams, bottom 6 or something, fighting and they're way at the bottom. I think we'd rather play top of the league at the moment, and it's another good measure for us to see how far we've come. I think the 1-0 away win was one of our best performances, and I think we caught Cambridge on a good day really. They hadn't played for a while and they're a little bit rusty. I think they're far better side than they showed that night, and they've shown that since.
Yeah, that 1-0 win against Cambridge, they had fans in for that fixture, which is a bit strange for this season.
God.
It was almost a sense of Mansfield going there and spoiling the party. With Cambridge top of the league ahead of tomorrow's game, is that sort of the same test for your players to spoil the Cambridge party?
Yeah, it's more about us and us getting back on track after the other night. First defeat in, 8 games or something, 9 games, so it doesn't feel very nice when you lose and you're not used to it. And I don't want to get into the habit of having that feeling again. So it's more about us and how we respond and try and get back to winning ways. The break, has affected us, no doubt about it. And then it was a good point at Walsall because the conditions, and Colchester should have been 3 with the deflection, and we should have had 3 the other night. But it's no doubt that we're not quite back fully in our rhythm and our groove that we were in before the break. Glimpses the other night and patches in the game. And certainly at the start of the second half, where I thought we played very well indeed. It's been the same in the other games, but we've got to put it all together as a performance. But we believe we're getting punished for every little mistake and every little thing's going against us, and hopefully that'll change.
And tomorrow's visitors, the top of the Sky Bet League 2 table for a reason. What are you expecting them to bring to One Call Stadium?
A threat, like most sides, but I think in Houlihan, Mullin and Ironside, I think they're 3 very dangerous players, and I think the result will largely depend on how well we deal with that.
And you've got 1 day to prepare for the game that the players are in today. What's the plan in preparation for tomorrow's match?
Oh, very light. When you think the effort that went in the other night, and it was a Wednesday night as well, less than 3 days later we're performing again. So it'll be a very light session. It's always that balancing act, getting the ones that need it, the subs, and 1 or 2 others, doing a little bit more work than others, but just very light. And I think it's more about mental preparation, certainly at this stage of the season, than it is physical.
You've got that day less to prepare for the game. You mentioned it there. Is it as important to recover mentally from Wednesday's defeat as well as physically? Yeah,
more so because of the manner of the defeat in the last 10 minutes or whatever of the game. And also the Tuesday makes it easier in terms of the Wednesday's a recovery day, and we do a warm down and do the analysis, and then Thursday it's a rest day, and then we're back in training on Friday. And you can do a light session, a little bit more than you can do when you've played on a Wednesday.
And lastly, away from the pitch, Nigel, yesterday it was announced that the Radford Foundation, set up by owners John and Carolyn Radford, have donated £15,000 to local athletics club Mansfield Harriers. That'll go towards new floodlights at the Berry Hill Athletics track. What kind of difference, especially in this climate, can those types of donations make to local sporting clubs?
I think it's absolutely vital that all sort of clubs look after each other, and I'm just sort of, obviously not having been here long, we're just sort of learning about the things that the chairman and his foundation do, and looking after organisations within Mansfield. You know, when we come out of this as well, we're going to need all the facilities we can get, certainly in terms of sporting wise, for youngsters and adults to really come out and enjoy things again, having not been able to do it for nearly a year now. So it's brilliant that they'll have the floodlights, use them, you know, all year round, or use the track all year round, and I hope they'll do us a favour and we can use their running track for a bit pre-season.
Thanks, Nigel. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.